War of 1812. Maritime disputes and frontier expansion clash with British interests. Tensions between the U.S. and Britain escalated over shipping restrictions and frontier skirmishes, setting the stage for imminent conflict. Disagreements over maritime rights and territorial expansion fueled a volatile atmosphere as both nations vied for dominance in North America. The practice of impressment became a major point of contention as British forces began seizing American sailors, claiming them as their own to man the Royal Navy. This act of aggression outraged the American public and government, pushing the nations closer to war. In response to growing hostilities, the U.S. Congress declared war against Britain in June 1812. This declaration marked the official start of the War of 1812, driven by American desires to assert sovereignty and resist British maritime policies. British alliances with Native American tribes added another layer of complexity to the conflict. The British provided arms and support to Native tribes, aiming to create a buffer zone that would hinder American expansion into the Western territories. Naval battles throughout the War of 1812 showcased American naval strength and exposed British vulnerabilities at sea. These engagements, including notable victories, bolstered American morale and demonstrated the capabilities of the young nation's fleet. The Battle of Lake Erie proved a turning point in the War of 1812, showcasing American naval prowess. Under Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry, the U.S. fleet secured a crucial victory, capturing 6 British vessels and ensuring control of the lake. In 1814, the British forces carried out a dramatic assault on Washington, D.C., setting fire to significant buildings, including the White House and the Capitol. This act of burning not only demonstrated British might, but also stunned the American populace, rallying them for continued resistance. Despite the destruction in Washington, the defense of Baltimore stood as a testament to American resilience. Fort McHenry, under heavy bombardment, held strong against the British. The sight of the American flag flying over the fort the next morning inspired Francis Scott Key to write what would become the national anthem. The Southern theater of the war featured numerous skirmishes and battles, with General Andrew Jackson emerging as a key military leader. His staunch defense culminated in the Battle of New Orleans, where his forces achieved a decisive victory against a well-equipped British army. The Treaty of Ghent, signed in December 1814, formally ended hostilities between the U.S. and Britain. Although news of the treaty took weeks to reach America, it ultimately restored the geographical status quo, disappointing many who hoped for territorial gains. The Treaty of Ghent, signed in 1814, effectively ended the War of 1812 by restoring the territorial status quo ante bellum. This agreement mandated a return to the geographical boundaries that existed before the war, ensuring no land was lost or gained by either side. The impact of the War of 1812 on Native American tribes was profound and devastating. As British support dwindled post-war, Native tribes found themselves increasingly vulnerable to American expansionist efforts, which accelerated their loss of territory and diminished their cultural autonomy. The war exposed significant weaknesses in the U.S. military infrastructure, underscoring the urgent need for a stronger, more organized defense mechanism. This realization led to reforms in military training, infrastructure, and strategic planning, setting the stage for future military engagements. A surge of American nationalism followed the War of 1812, fueled by the successful repulsion of a British invasion. This newfound unity was expressed in cultural, social, and political realms, fostering a stronger collective identity and increased patriotism among Americans. Although the war disrupted American trade and manufacturing initially, it eventually led to substantial growth in these sectors. The need to be self-sufficient during the British naval blockade accelerated industrialization and reduced reliance on imported goods, boosting the domestic economy. War heroes like Andrew Jackson and William Henry Harrison gained immense popularity following their decisive roles in the War of 1812. Their military successes not only catapulted them into the national spotlight, but also paved their paths to the U.S. presidency. Following the War of 1812, Britain redirected its focus towards its vast colonial enterprises and other global conflicts. This shift helped ease tensions with the United States and set the stage for a period of more peaceful relations. The war had a profound impact on U.S. politics, notably marking the decline of the Federalist Party. Their opposition to the war and the Hartford Convention's perceived disloyalty contributed significantly to the party's downfall, reshaping American political landscapes. In Canada, the successful defense against American invasions during the war fostered a strong sense of national identity. This sentiment was crucial in the years that followed, as it helped lay the groundwork for Canada's eventual path to Confederation. The War of 1812 spurred numerous technological and tactical innovations in military practices for both the United States and Britain. These advancements included more effective naval strategies and the introduction of newer, more powerful weaponry. The War of 1812 significantly enriched American cultural heritage, inspiring a wealth of literature and folklore that captured the spirit and challenges of the era. This period saw the emergence of works that emphasized themes of bravery, sacrifice, and national identity, reflecting the transformative impact of the war on American society. In the long term, the War of 1812 set the stage for a vastly improved relationship between the United States and Britain. Throughout the 19th century, the nations moved from conflict to collaboration, fostering a period of diplomatic engagements and mutual respect that shaped global politics. The War of 1812 was a conflict between the United States and Great Britain, lasting from 1812 to 1815. It was characterized by naval battles, border skirmishes, and the burning of Washington, D.C. Key events included the Battle of New Orleans and the writing of the Star-Spangled Banner. The war ended with the signing of the Treaty of Ghent, restoring pre-war boundaries and resolving many of the issues that had sparked the conflict. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.